Hi there, this is Santos Rolon Jr. on Next Level Consulting. I hope that you came through a marvelous weekend. Actually, marvelous weekends just don't happen. You have to make them marvelous. And that marvelousness, maybe that's a new word, that marvelousness actually takes place within your mindset. Doesn't it? How's your mindset today? I tell you, I just make up my mind every single day. Of course, I've been doing this for a while now, so it just becomes easier and easier to keep a positive mindset. I like to use the word PMA, positive mental attitude. And as I always say it, I'm going to make every day, it's part of my mission to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over-the-top day daily in spite of and because of. Is that your mantra today? If you've been watching my videos, if you've been watching any of my videos, that should rub off on you. And then again, also smiling. Smiling is a very, very powerful gesture. Anytime that you're going through something difficult, if you can actually get yourself to smile, it just basically sends a message to your brain, and of course your brain sends a message to your emotions and your feelings. I was listening to a lecture over the last couple days, and this doc was talking about that emotions impact feelings. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not a feeling and an emotions expert. I do know that feelings and emotions play a major role in the way that we behave and in the way that we feel. So, oh, by the way, I feel with my hands. I thought I'd just throw that in there. I was asking my wife, how do you feel? Or my daughter. Maybe it was my son. How do you feel? And he says, I feel good. And I said, ask me how I feel. And he fell for that old joke. I said, I feel with my hands. Anyways, I'm just trying to be a little bit jokingly today, but really what I want to talk about in this video is testing. Every day, you and I are both being tested. And I was just thinking about some of the tests that I go through. Of course, some of them I've already passed. I've gotten a high grade on those. There are other tests that maybe I have to look at myself a little bit more, that I may have a challenge with at times, but I know I keep telling myself that I'm going to pass that test too. And we should look at life with that kind of an attitude. Our self-talk should be that of, I'm going to pass the tests. And of course, if you have a positive mindset, it's easier to say that than with a negative mindset, because most people that I know and that I see, especially when it comes to family, they're just failing the tests over and over. And it's a sad state of affairs. And how do you, again, you got to have a positive mindset. You got to be positive in order to pass the test. And you will be tested. Believe me. I'm a full-time caretaker. I'm a big-time dreamer. I'm a motivational speaker. I consider myself a visionary. And I have a small tribe at home. And believe you me, I get tested. And as soon as I feel that I'm going through a new test, I begin to smile, which helps me get through it a little bit easier. And if I fail that one new test, typically I fail tests that come at me. Sometimes they're new. But I'm victorious most of the time, because I choose to say to myself, and my self-talk is this: Santos, you're gonna go through these tests. You're gonna fail at new tests, but you will overcome and you will pass those tests that you need to pass. And you have to look at that. You got to look at things that way, and you got to talk to yourself. I've gotten to the point where it really doesn't matter. In fact, decided to change my my statement that I don't care what people think of me. Well, of course we all care what people think of us. It's not important to me because I'm not going to be a people pleaser. I want to serve people, and that's why I do what I do. You know, I love motivation. I love change and process or progress, and I really enjoy joyfulness on a daily basis. And I tell you, I have joy. I keep joy because I focus on these things. You know, and I talk a lot about the mindset and focus in my other videos. So I won't say too much here in this video because this video is mainly about tests. The tests that we go through in life. And believe me, you're going to go through some severe tests, and so am I. I know. I don't focus on what kinds of tests I'm going to go through because sometimes life can throw you a curveball. You know, God has a way of testing us. God has a way of molding us and just, you know, preparing us for what's ahead. And I tell you, I recently purchased a book, and the young man's name is Nick. I don't know if you know who he is, Nick. He was born without arms and legs. I think he might have one foot or something like that. And all he is just a torso with a head. It's kind of a strange thing. But when you listen to this, and actually he's a motivational speaker also. He travels around the world motivating people, giving people hope. And I always use him as an analogy sometimes with my family members because they're always saying, well, I don't know, or I can't, or this or the other thing. Get rid of those words. Just get rid of them. I can. I will. I must. You know, that's the kind of language. You want to use power words. So you must tell yourself that you're going to pass the tests. And you should be telling yourself that every single day. You know, every morning I get up, I do my rituals, my brainstorming session, my quiet time. Just being alone, no music, no TV. Of course, I don't watch any TV. Just total quietness and putting thoughts on paper. Asking myself questions about the things that I'm doing. You know, I'm working on a couple of inventions. I'm getting ready to put a book together. I'm working on that. And I don't know where all of this is going to go. I just got tired of promoting everybody else's products, you know.